USD 473 update on Eagle Community Television is brought to you by Branson and Chapman, professional entertainers from Branson, Missouri, performing in Chapman for you. Don and Mary Rickley, Coldwell Banker Maury Custer Realtors, supporting USD 473 and the families and communities keeping it alive. Carl Trucking, strong supporters of the USD 473 school system and all they do for our youth. KVK Incorporated Building Systems Management, providing quality service for all your residential and commercial heating and air conditioning needs. Mojo Music in downtown Chapman, Kansas, now offering lessons. Call or stop in today. Kohlhoff Pharmacy, your family-owned pharmacy, voted best pharmacy in the Flint Hills, offering free delivery to Chapman. Chapman Food Mart. Chapman Food Mart is your hometown market, supporting USD 473, its families, and the community. And Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Hi, Dennis Weiss, Eagle Communications with Lacey Sell at Rural Center.
Yes.
And this is a USD 473 update.
It is. Good morning.
Good morning. What a glorious day outside.
Yes. I made good time. I think it was the wind either pushing against or for, but yeah.
I think we all kind of made good time down here today.
Yes.
So I have a serious question.
Okay.
I have heard for years this is a home of the world's greatest cinnamon roll on certain days of the week. Can that be a fact? And could we be lucky enough that it's today?
Oh, it can be a fact. And I'm looking at Mrs. Markley wondering what the menu is. I don't think on an 82-degree day that it's going to be cinnamon rolls.
I don't think there should be any temperature prohibitions on cinnamon rolls.
Yes.
So here we are. We're at a rural attendance center.
We are.
You.
Yes.
And we shot one up on 18 Highway.
Right.
And now we're down South 15 of Abilene.
Yes.
And another fantastic education institution for USD 473.
Absolutely. You know, these last few months that we've been trying to, with the 473 update, get around to all of the schools. It's really important that we focus on USD 473, not just a particular town or the schools in Chapman itself. So this is a fun and a great place to be. After I'm done, you're going to get to visit with Mrs. Markley, our principal here at Rural Center.
Looking forward to that.
But you know, I don't know if you know this. These are my old stomping grounds.
I didn't know that.
Because my mom taught here for years and years and years before she went into Chapman Middle School. So Rural Center holds a very near and dear place in my heart.
And before the camera came on, you told me that was your grandmother's necklace?
Yes. Yeah.
Thank
So
you
it's all in the family
yes.
today.
what a wonderful opportunity to sit here,
Yes.
Lacey, and talk about the continuity. I told your secretary at the front, I said the rock says established in 1951, so 6 years older than me. So it's getting up there.
Yes. But that's the thing that is so unique and special about our outlying schools is how well they were originally built and how hard we have worked to maintain the buildings. You know, here in this gym alone, we used to have some higher brick and the old cinder block windows that were the really thick pane. 2 or 3 years ago, we went through a remodel where we did the windows. So we always look to update and make certain that first and foremost, the buildings are safe for our kids, but then also that they're appealing and just serve their purpose. So really, really proud of how hard we have worked to maintain all of our schools.
That's just good. Well, it's good stewardship.
Absolutely.
On the negative side of that comment, I read a lot. I read about our news and our schools and all over the area, not just here.
Right.
So ongoing maintenance is often a complaint of the public. It is. Why aren't you taking better care of our schools?
Right.
We're sitting in a 1951 multipurpose room with brand new windows up there that are letting in a tremendous amount of light. And the folks on the camera can't tell this, but there's a 20-mile-an-hour wind outside or more, and there's absolutely no wind noise in here.
None.
And there's nothing moving. So you've done a great job of making this room secure to the elements.
Right. Well, you know, ever since I began, that was when the schools were being finished from the rebuild from the tornado. And we really focused very hard on making certain that our entire school district was USD 473. And I know I've talked about this numerous times, but in doing so, we had, close to 700-800 students in town going to brand new schools. So therefore, we spent the time and the money and the effort in our outlying. And I know you've heard me say this before, that regardless of where you go in 473, you're going to get the same quality of education. Maybe in one building it's brand new, maybe in one it was built in 1951, but all of the innards, the internal that come with it, regardless of where you are, it's about being a 473 student.
Well, I can tell you, when I was met at the door today, I was met with the same enthusiasm from your staff that I was met at Chapman.
Oh, good.
And at Blue
good.
Ridge.
Yes.
And on the facing wall on the way in is a series of examples of your students' work here. And there's some girl named Ashley who knows a lot about Abraham Lincoln in this school. And she wrote a 3-page paper for this project. Her handwriting is perfect, and I made the comment out loud, Ashley's somebody's favorite student, because this girl was on the ball.
Yes. Yeah.
Great things going on here.
So we just wanted to make sure, as I said earlier, to make sure that we have the update in all of our schools, and that's why I'm excited for you to be able to talk with our principal here, Cindy Markley.
Okay, all right, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to put Cindy Markley in the chair.
Okay.
We're going to have a great time.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Lacey.
Thank you.
Dennis Weiss back with Principal Cindy Markley.
Hello.
Down here on the south edge of USD 473.
That's right, that's right.
With the best cinnamon rolls in the world, what I hear.
You know, that was something that Joyce Miller was well known for, and she has since retired.
Oh.
Which, yes, I've heard that from everyone. But yeah, and things have changed, with food service, so cinnamon rolls have changed too.
Well, we could have made an exception for the Eagle guys,
That's right.
couldn't we?
You bet.
Yes,
next
next
time.
We'll
Yeah.
work on it next time. So, how long have you been principal here, Cindy?
This is my 5th year.
5th year.
Yes.
And where do you live?
I live just south of Abilene, just a couple miles from here, actually.
Okay, so you jump in your car every
Yeah.
morning, drive down here to make great things happen for
You bet,
473.
you bet.
What a wonderful opportunity. I envy you your job. I really do. These kinds of opportunities don't exist everywhere in America anymore.
That's right.
A rural attendance center where you know every child by first name, and you probably know their parents by first name.
Yes.
And they all fit in one multi-purpose room for lunch.
They do.
That's an American experience of my generation. And what a wonderful opportunity. Tell me a little bit about the educational process here.
Well, actually, this year we started preschool, so we have 3- and 4-year-olds here every
Wow.
other day, as well as K through 5. We do have some combination classrooms, just due to our smaller class size, but the quaintness of a small classroom, I don't think can be beat. We have kids getting the attention and the education that's so important to have that one-on-one experience.
In a positive environment, that cross-age group can be a powerful learning tool.
It sure can. It allows for kids to be peer models, and
Right.
yeah,
And I
definitely.
see you have Superman over there standing in the
Oh,
wing.
yes. Our theme this year for our reading was superheroes.
Okay.
Be a reading superheroes. So our kids truly enjoyed Batman and Robin and Superman this year.
Well, evidently some of them also enjoyed American history about George Washington and Abraham Lincoln,
That's
because
right.
your entryway is just covered with writing.
Yes.
Tell me about that project. Who did it?
That was in Mrs. Cochran's class,
Okay.
and along with Mrs. Thurlow, they teach 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Okay.
And they had a long series of research and writing and presenting that essay. And of course, we love posting all of their work in the hallways, which
So they got to present by standing up and presenting?
Yes, they did, to their classmates.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic opportunity. If you're interested in these things, I am. I read that wall and I said, there's some real learning going on here.
You bet.
There are some students who are engaged. Takes two. an engaged student and an engaged teacher.
Yes. Oh, yes. And we have those.
Okay, so unique things. Cindy Markley, and I asked you before the camera came on, so demo derby Markley? And you said yes, my husband. You know, I use that as to tell people that economic revitalization can be fun. It doesn't have to be, you know, just another business downtown Abilene. You know, bringing people in for hobbies is fun, and your family has been doing that for a long time.
Yes.
They're probably the reason that we have such well-attended demo derbies in our area, the Markley family. So tell your husband,
I'd like
well
to think
done.
So. Well, thank you. Yes,
Yeah.
for the longest time I was known as Chad's wife. I used to have an identity, but yeah.
Well, now you're Principal Chad.
That's
wife,
right, yeah.
I guess. But anyway, this is terrific. Okay, so talk a little bit about the uniqueness of this place and what you think it adds to US 473.
I tell you that the very first thing is just the idea that this is a very rural school and that we have kids coming from several miles around, and there's opportunity for them to go elsewhere, but a lot of times our families, they want to come here to Rural Center. It's a place where they feel like they're part of a family, and we cherish each and every one of our kids, and they're treated with the utmost respect and given the opportunities that as many as we can possibly. We're very fortunate that we have basically a laptop or an iPad for every student to be using all day long. Everyone can be on at the same time.
No sacrifice for being here.
That's right. No,
Right.
none at all. Like Lacey had mentioned earlier, we have the exact same curriculum and opportunities that our larger schools do in the district. It's just nice that we have the little country feel. We've got more kids coming in boots than any of the rest of them do, I imagine.
Right. You know, I think about the parents in the area here who's sending their kids, and what a privilege for them to be able to support you in a way that you're still here.
That's
because without that property owners' support, you wouldn't be here. The inevitable power of do things for less money would force you onto a bus and drive you to Chapman. But the power of the community to support the unique model that you have here must be here because you're here.
That's right. And we talk about support. We are very blessed. We have an amazing parent-teacher organization. We have community members who just randomly say, hey, what can we get for you guys? So we're definitely taken care of.
The little baseball field out there.
Yes.
For years, I've been here since 1992 in Kansas, and I have driven this road since 1992. And I always was interested when I would go by here and in the spring and summer and see absolutely everywhere you could park around that little field was cars. So I'm guessing that somebody runs some baseball, softball tournaments or Little League or something out of this field.
Oh yeah, we had enough interest last year that we had 2 T-ball teams that were on the Rural Center T-ball teams. So we have kids coming out from Abilene. We have kids coming from other areas to be playing at Rural Center because it's a nice, quaint little community, and they end their season with an ice cream social. It's just hometown feel.
That's a history that I didn't know about when I came here. The fellow I worked with then ended up being my boss at Eagle, Rex Skiles, and Rex was a baseball, softball guy. And Kansas, our area of Kansas, has a rich history of baseball and fast-pitch softball that tournaments all over in little tiny places that most people have never heard of. And I come by here and I see all those cars and I say, that's persisting.
Oh, yes.
And it builds community.
Yes, it does.
Very cool thing.
Yes.
What's the most exciting thing of your job that you have done for 473 to make education happen here?
Oh boy.
Other than Superman, of course. It's pretty exciting at Zoom.
Well, I think first and foremost, I have always tried to do my best to support my staff, to support the parents and listen to their needs. That was part of the reason why we started a preschool, as we had several parents who were nearing that preschool age for their child and were concerned because they thought if they would take them into Abilene, they would start school there, that they may just stay there. And I decided, no, I didn't want that to happen. I wanted to keep our kids here. So I would say that for me and for getting Rural Center to where we are right now is just listening to everyone and doing our best to improve. And I think we've done great things.
You know, listening, lots of people take credit for listening, but not very many people can prove that they responded. that number dwindles.
Right.
So, you know, listening is one thing, but you have a preschool here.
Right.
And so evidently you and your community at 473 have responded to the community itself needs and said, we will do this.
Yes,
So-
and with Mrs. Sell's assistance, we've started a Grow Rural Center campaign. Basically, it was 2 years ago we started talking about it, and so last year we just said, we're going to do this, and here we are.
Well, one of the things I know I've said with Lacey several times on camera is that people want to move to USD 473 service areas. We see that is a fact. We see military people moving into Chapman. We see new houses being built up there. But there are people who want to live in rural America.
Yes.
They just need an opportunity to do
Yes.
so. Well, the good news is we in this area, all of us, we have a generational problem. We have a lot of people that are 20, 30 years older than me living on the farm, that there's nobody to take over that farm and nobody to take over that house. And so you can say problem or you can say problem opportunity. And around here, I think we're one of the counties in Kansas that's doing a pretty good job of turning that into an opportunity. I don't know if it's by accident, but I know a lot of people are concerned about it, as I am and you are. So, you know, each of us doing a little thing, and today we're doing a little thing plus a little. We're telling people that there's room for them at USD 473 in Rural Center.
Yes.
And if they want to live in rural America, get a hold of one of our area realtors and ask about the homes in our area and know that this is a place that you can put your family, your child, that's so unique. This is a 1950s, 60s family environment and education with the most modern tools.
That's right, exactly.
Very exciting thing.
Yes.
All right, so I saw the playground was pretty busy when I showed up today. I would bet you have some people around here that donate playground equipment or help you keep things in good shape.
Well, you know, we have had, like I said, immense support from our community, and a couple of years ago we were fortunate enough to get new playground equipment. And so one of the things that we have always said is that we have an open gate, so we have a lot of families here on the weekends and after school. Yeah,
I've seen that. That's just so fun to be able to sit here on camera and say, this is still exists. It's right here. You can do it right here.
That's right.
That's pretty cool. Okay, when's the last time we had a basketball game in here?
Well, actually, they were practicing for their 4-H basketball not too long ago, but we haven't had an official one with the scoreboard running in a long time.
A long time. That's a pretty good scoreboard. Had one just like it in my grade school, I might say.
My dad told me stories of coming here and playing basketball. So
yeah, you know, the other thing is there's not 3 digits on the scores up there in those days. No need for 3 digits on the score. 25 to 22 is about the size of that deal.
Right.
Okay, well, we've got a few minutes left. Let's talk about how many staff members you have and how you break them up, how they're organized in classroom.
Okay, well, as far as staff members go, we have a kindergarten teacher, Mrs. Parker.
All right.
And she has a self-contained classroom. And Sherry Simpson has 1st and 2nd grade in a combination. And then Jessica Cochran has 3rd, 4th, and 5th, along with Jennifer Thurlow. And she also is our title reading teacher. They're our full-time staff. And then, of course, we have our PE and music with Joetta Nagley, who was at Rural Center, left for a while, came back, so that's exciting. And Pat Murray, who's been in our district for a very long time. I can't even tell you, but I was a young child when he was teaching here, so I'm aging him and myself there, I think, a little bit. But so as far as full-time go, we have 4 full-time, and then we have Kristen Krause is our preschool teacher, and she's here every morning. And like I said, it's every other morning, 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds, which is a lot of fun. They've been entertaining for the whole building and doing a great job.
When's the last time you had something on that stage?
Actually, we're getting ready to have our spring program. We had our Christmas program, and what's really nice about our stage is that our surface has been redone, and so it's a nice, beautiful stage, and we have a new curtain just within the last 5 or 6 years. So, yeah, we do a full production.
You probably don't know this, but my wife is the executive director at Great Plains Theater, and she started as a volunteer, and then as need grew, just took on more work. You know, so that's the way the husband sees it. Took on more work. But such great work. But the reason I'm saying it with the stage and the question I ask you is there's always a subset of children who are not best served by the basketball court.
That's right.
That are best served by music and stage and things. And again, 473 has been a terrific community partner for Great Plains Theater and for that student who wants to perform.
Yes.
And you know, the fact is, that could have been a bad question for you, but the fact you responded, said, yeah, we're getting ready. Those performing arts are happening in Rural Center too. And when they get to high school, they will find a great program at USD 473 at the high school. And in the greater community, we have a tremendous professional theater as well as a vibrant youth program that they can continue to be in. And why is that important, Mr. and Mrs. Viewer? Because we want these kids to move back someday and come to our area to live and raise their family, and this is how you do it.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Well, gosh, I've had a great time today, even though I didn't get the world famous cinnamon roll. But
I apologize.
I've had a great time with Cindy Markley and Lacey Sell. So we got about a minute. So tell us something you in the last minute here. What's your hope for the future for Cindy Markley and your legacy at 473 through Rural Center?
Oh, my legacy. Well, that's a funny word to me because I don't
Other
know
than
that I
Chad's
have one.
wife.
But yeah. Well, I hope to see Rural Center continue to grow, bringing out more staff members, having more kids. Ultimately, my goal would be to not have a combination classroom anymore. We have enough kids that we have a room for every single grade, and we're equipped for that, and I would love to see it happen. I encourage anyone who's interested or thinking about coming to preschool, 3 and 4-year-olds, like I said, and, like you said, moving out to this area. My husband and I did it, and we love it, so it's a good place to be.
All right. Well, we're so happy to be here today, and I would echo that. The most healthy thing for our entire community is growth. And growth starts at USD 473 in Rural Center. That'd be great with me.
Me too.
Cindy Markley, so nice to meet you.
You too.
Enjoyed my time here today with the USD 473 update from Rural Center on a beautiful spring day in Kansas, and we're so happy that you have shared your time with us as a viewer. You can introduce yourself to these people when you see them in the store or on the street or at the demo derby.
There you go.
For Eagle Communications, I'm Dennis Weiss. This is Principal Cindy Markley. We hope you have a great day.
USD 473 update on Eagle Community Television is brought to you by Branson and Chapman, professional entertainers from Branson, Missouri, performing in Chapman for you. Don and Mary Rickley, Coldwell Banker Maury Custer Realtors, supporting USD 473 and the families and communities keeping it alive. Carl Trucking, strong supporters of the USD 473 school system and all they do for our youth. KVK Incorporated Building Systems Management, providing quality service for all your residential and commercial heating and air conditioning needs. Mojo Music in downtown Chapman, Kansas, now offering lessons. Call or stop in today. Kohlhoff Pharmacy, your family-owned pharmacy, voted best pharmacy in the Flint Hills, offering free delivery to Chapman. Chapman Food Mart. Chapman Food Mart is your hometown market, supporting USD 473, its families, and the community. And Eagle Communications, our community connected.